The good, the bad, and the odd. They seem to talk about everything.
Welcome to this episode of The Good, the Bad, and the Odd. We host Mark and Sam. Today we are talking about a film from 1967 called Mad Monster Party. Or, it's got a question mark at the end, so possibly Mad Monster Party? I'm not quite sure how to say.
Yeah.
And talking about what we've been up to since last time. Hi, Sam.
Hey.
Usual channels for... I'll read the show notes if you want to talk to us. We'll play a trailer here for Talk Without Rhythm, I think. I've been listening to El Goro at Talk Without Rhythm. He's been doing some great shows lately. He's done stuff like World War II adventure films, so he's covered stuff like Kelly's Heroes and things like that. Or sorry, it was actually Men on a Mission films, but he's done some great stuff like Kelly's Heroes, for example, and things like that. And Dirty Dozen, both great films. And more recently, he's covered this most recent one. He did a great coverage on the original Thing from Another World from 1950. I'm going to say 3. I'm not entirely sure. And The Terror from Beyond Space, which is like the precursor to Alien. It's got a lot of the same beats and tropes as Alien, so it's kind of a precursor to those two. Which is kind of cool, and it's a good show. So here's the trailer for Talk Without Rhythm, and try and listen to it sometime if you've not listened to it before.
One dark and stormy night in the mid-'80s, Joe Bob Briggs, Harlan Ellison, and the ghost of El Santo pulled a train on Elvira while Siskel and Ebert sobbingly masturbated in the corner. From that union arose the greatest movie critic and luchador that ever lived. But we're not going to talk about him. He's kind of a dick. Instead, we're going to talk about me, El Goro, the stuttering movie fan and host of the Talk Without Rhythm podcast. Every week on Talk Without Rhythm, I discuss 2 to 3 movies tangentially tied together by a theme. I cover action.
And the most complete fighter in the world.
Sci-fi.
Open the pod bay doors, Hal.
I'm sorry, Dave. I'm afraid I can't do that.
Horror.
Oh, no tears, please. It's a waste of good suffering.
And the continuing adventures of James Spader, sexual deviant.
You're not worried that I'm going to fuck you, are you? I'm not interested in that, not in the least. Now pull up your skirt.
So check me out at tworpodcast.blogspot.com, drunkenzombie.com, or subscribe on iTunes. Talk Without Rhythm, the only podcast that will not attract the world. Adios!
All right, Sam, comfy chair time.
Don't you have something else you need to mention?
What's that?
Like, there's another... It's not... It's probably in the show notes as well, but, like, aren't we required to talk about one of them?
Oh, Stitcher.
Yeah, that's it.
Well spotted. Yes, I completely forgot. Yeah, we need to mention Stitcher so that they keep putting us on. I'm not sure how much they monitor it, but, you never know.
Yeah.
So, yes, we're on Stitcher too. Right, okay, it's comfy chair time.
Get the comfy chair!
How many you got?
I got 5.
I got 3, so you start.
Okay, now, I've been playing Borderlands 2 again.
Nice, which one? Oh, sorry, it's Borderlands 2, right, yeah. What are you playing it on?
On the PS4 as part of the Handsome collection.
And the HD collection, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was, it was the games featuring Handsome Jack, so 2 and pre-sequel.
Pre-sequel, yeah. But you're doing 2.
Yeah. And I've been kind of going through the stuff that I never really got to when we had it on Xbox.
Why, did you just stop at a certain point?
No, because
it's massive.
We had this. No. We had this problem where basically all the DLC got wiped, and for some reason it would not let us re-download it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I'd forgotten all that.
Yeah. The characters, both of the characters that I'd made were the DLC characters, so I couldn't play the characters.
That's a drag.
Yeah, but I've been playing through again, and I've got pretty much the same sort of builds as I had. I've been playing through what's called the Headhunter DLCs.
Right. Just so for people listening who don't know Borderlands, it's like a bit Mad Max.
It's a Mad Maxy Firefly-esque sci-fi game.
Yeah, but essentially,
you run around shooting and looting guns.
Essentially, your character, you pick one of the... There's several characters with special powers, and you pick one of them, and then you have certain powers. For example, there's one that could throw out these like military drones that are like awesome and machine gun everywhere, and there's another one where you can build a killer robot. Which sort of characters were you playing?
I'm playing as the Psycho.
The Psycho.
Krieg, the absolute maniac.
Is that the axe throwing one?
Yeah, he just pulls out his buzz axe and just starts going nuts.
Yeah.
It's very high risk, high reward, because Krieg himself is not very strong. Well,
is he not?
He's strong for hitting stuff. He's not very resistant to damage.
Right.
So a lot of his shields will just drop within like 2 or 3 hits.
Oh man, you need to power up now.
And it's not helped because there's like loads of different abilities in all of the trees that give you extra melee damage.
Right.
A lot of them come with a big negative to them.
Yeah.
Like one I've got this, like every time you use melee, Krieg has a chance to just whack himself in the face instead and deal all that damage that you can do against him. So basically, if he hits himself, he's dead.
That's not good.
Yeah, but if you do end up hitting something, by God.
Yeah. So you take out people really easy. But for people who haven't played it, Borderlands is a great... It looks good, doesn't it? It's got some nice artwork.
Yeah, it's a very pretty game.
And it's a fun game. The play is very, very... got great playability, isn't it? It's very easy to move around.
It's got lots of... It's very humorous, the games.
Oh, yeah, it's fun too. And the missions are very short, mostly. So
yeah, for the most part.
It's kind of... You can do 3 or 4 missions in 20 minutes... half an hour. Say again?
In one of these headhunter missions, these are like sort of smaller DLCs. Their main purpose was to like up the level.
Yeah.
But they came with like a short sort of storyline, and they were themed around holidays. So like there was a Halloween one, a Valentine's Day one, a Thanksgiving one, and a Christmas one, and there was also like a general "we're going on a holiday" one.
Yes.
Which was like at a beach or something. And I played through possibly the most torturous mission ever in the Thanksgiving.
Oh, is it really long?
Yeah, no, it's long and it's... okay, I'll explain it to you. The premise of that DLC is Mr. Torg, you remember him?
Yeah.
He has found some horrible creature called the Wattle Gobbler.
Right.
And he wants you as the ultimate badass to fight it.
Okay.
But it's invincible, so you poison it and yada, yada, yada. You end up beating it, and Torg is, I think, fired from Torg Corporation.
Right.
But Torg has brought his grandmother along for the ride, and his grandmother likes to tell stories. You have to sit for 20 minutes as this old woman tells you stories about how she was a vault hunter, and she just rambles and rambles and rambles. It's 20 minutes solid. You can't walk away. And you can't even like distract yourself because every so often she's like, "Are you still listening here?" And like starts asking you questions about what happened.
So you got to respond.
So you have to like respond correctly, or she just starts over.
Okay.
It's so torturous, and it's all for a stupid joke. Like, because at the end, after like 20 minutes of like doing nothing and sitting listening to this woman go from talking about how she wrestled a giant whale to sports to stupid video game jokes to all sorts of stuff like candy, she gives you $1.
Yeah. Wow.
That's it.
Wow,
$1,
okay.
Phil.
Oh, what a waste of time. That doesn't sound... I think we're losing the audience here.
We're losing the audience here, but it's all for a
game.
stupid joke, which is basically old people talk a lot.
Yeah.
But yeah, the game is very fun, and like all the other silly stuff that goes on, like in the Christmas one, you fight evil snowmen, and in this holiday one, the holiday one, actually, you might enjoy this because it's themed around the son of Cormorax.
Right.
So it's all like... It's a lot of the old Vault Hunters like talking and like reminiscing as you wander through areas.
Yeah, we got to give a mention. Borderlands, the original, is also pretty damn fun as well. Borderlands 2 is good. The beginning music of Borderlands in particular is great. There's a great
yeah, it's got such a great intro.
Yeah, and it's not bad in 2, but one's way better. Way better.
The third one was just nothing.
Yeah, yeah. It was an Australian one, wasn't it? Or something.
Yeah, where they go to the moon and it's Space Australia.
Oh, yeah. Not as much fun, but okay. It was okay.
Yeah.
Okay, shall I take a turn? I finished a reread of a book I've read several times. In fact, I may have already talked about this book in our early days, because I read it about every 4 or 5 years, and that's 1984. George Orwell's 1984. I think it's worth rereading for a number of reasons. It's well written, for one, but it's got some ideas and concepts and thoughts in it that I think remain important in this day and age, about the nature of authority and the nature of ideas and how they can be suppressed and stuff like that. That makes it all sound a bit po-faced. It is a really interesting. It's one of those books you can read and you feel like you've not learned something, but you feel like a better person. Does that make sense? You feel like your perspective's been expanded. Let's put it that way. I mean, there's lots of books like that, but I always find 1984 really, really well. It's a little depressing, obviously, but it's a really great book. So, in fact, I listened to an audiobook from Audible, and it was quite a good reading. I can't remember who read it, but it was pretty damn great. I could say nothing other than it's a stone cold classic. It's a 10 out of 10 for me. 1984. Back to you.
Okay, now, as like a sort of spin-off to Borderlands, I think 2K got Telltale, which is a game company well known for doing a certain style of game, to make a Borderlands themed one of their games. So this is Tales from the Borderlands, which is like a story-driven one set after Borderlands 2 and the pre-sequel. Actually, it's kind of during the pre-sequel, because it's like pre-sequel is like it's all a big flashback. You see how the character that's flashing back got into the situation she's in. But it's all about these two characters. Reese, who's like a Hyperion desk jockey, and Fiona, who's a Pandoran con artist. And basically it's them just stumbling through onto the revelation of a new vault. The Vault of the Traveler. This time, instead of the Destroyer or the Warrior. And they end up doing quite a lot. It's a really fun game if you enjoy that sort of game. And I'd recommend giving it a try if you have the ability to get it. So, because the first episode is free.
Okay, that's cool.
And it features Zero. So.
Oh right, Zero's the
creepy
type.
Assassin guy that only talks in haiku.
Yeah, that's kind of cool. I didn't know he even talked. I've got to be honest. Okay, cool. I'll go next. I have been playing a game. I think last time I might have talked about No Man's Sky, which I've kind of parked for now because it's got a bit repetitive. I think I'm going to park it until they add some interesting features, which I think are coming down the pipe, like ability to build bases and stuff. It's relaxing, but it's a bit too samey to just keep playing. If it was slightly mixed up a bit, it'd be a bit more. Anyway, I've gone back to a game I've talked about before, which is Metal Gear Solid 5. I've restarted it. I deleted all my saves and restarted it. However, I did find that when I restarted it, it seemed to remember I had loads of money and resources. So I started with like an absolute fortune in the bank, which is kind of nice because I could instantly build a base and stuff. I'm enjoying it this time. I've decided with this particular run through, right, the game is you're running around a desert, Afghanistan and Africa actually, not just the desert, taking out bad guys, Russians or whatever, rebels. And you can be really bad and just slaughter through the lot of them, or you can actually take them prisoner and then recruit them into your own army because you're so Mr. Awesome, so they instantly become your minions, which is kind of fun. But there's
another one where you can just beat them up and they like you more.
Yes, it's got some odd things.
Hideo Kojima's just an odd guy.
Yeah, as you move into the game, you can get like what I call buddies. At first, you get a horse to ride around on, which is fine. You could also get this dog, which is kind of awesome once it gets a bit powered up. The dog can actually kill people. It can stun people when you get to a certain point. There's all this cool stuff. It can sniff out guards that you can't see. You also get this assassin, which is a bit unfortunate because she's a lady who has to be pretty much naked to stay alive. That's the dynamic. So we got this endless shots of this woman in a bikini, which I think is a bit childish, really.
It's not common in games.
It's not my favourite kind of thing.
You should see the Beauty and the Beast squad from Metal Gear Solid 4. That was creepy.
Yeah, nah, I don't really want to. Anyway, I've decided this time I'm just, apart from when I absolutely must and have to play with the sniper, this lady sniper character who's called Quiet, I'm going to try playing it all. I'm going to try and go through it, beast it through with just the dog, and see how that goes. I've decided to go with that. So I'm about 5-6% through, and I must have played about 15 hours. So it's a good long game. It's a really long game.
Yeah.
Though I have to say, I never did finish it because it gets to a point where you're hitting missions which are basically missions you've already done but set harder, and I find that a bit boring. I've already done it. I don't really want to do it again. So it's kind of. But I'll probably play it up to.
I know that whole game is basically just to sort out a plot hole from the Metal Gear games from the NES era. That's how old the series is.
It, but it's a great game. It comes from this. There was this like little peak of really good games where they really figured out like the dynamic
open
to
world,
keep open world and also keep you interested by slow adding in improvements and things to collect. And it's just really Borderlands was like a precursor in structure to those.
Yeah.
But I remember there was 3
It's
games.
like Witcher.
Witcher does it, but not as good, but it's kind of fun. I was going to say, there's this game, Metal Gear Solid, Mad Max has kind of got it, and Shadow of Mordor.
Kind of.
I think they were around that came out about the same time, and they're all really good games. They're all really work well.
Yeah. I thought you hadn't played much of Shadow of Mordor.
Yeah, I've played a fair bit. Yeah. I didn't get to the end, but I played it for an awful long time. I was getting really near the end, but I kind of just got bored. And you know, this is a fun game. I definitely recommend it. It must be on sale now, and if you haven't played it, I definitely recommend it.
You can find it somewhere on sale.
Yeah. It'll be there somewhere. It's. I've forgotten how good it was. I'm really enjoying it. It makes a nice change from No Man's Sky, to be honest. Okay, back to you.
Okay, now, due to the unfortunate death of Gene Wilder, someone online basically said, "Sod any like copyright thing. We're running a live stream of Gene Wilder films."
Right.
So as like their own little memorial, and like hundreds of people just tuned in and watched Gene Wilder films.
What did you watch then?
Yeah, I watched. I was only around for 3, but because we're going to be talking about one of them next week.
Yes, we can mention that now. We're intending to do Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory next week as a tribute to Gene Wilder. One of his great roles. We did Young Frankenstein not long ago, so we're not going to redo
that's actually one of the films I watched. So
okay,
it's Young Frankenstein and Blazing Saddles and Willy Wonka. I sort of tuned out after that because
I'm also really love him in The Producers as well. He's great in that. Okay, so you watch those 3.
Yeah.
Let's not talk about Willy Wonka, obviously, because we'll do it next time. But so Young Frankenstein and Blazing Saddles. Have you seen both? I know you've seen Young Frankenstein.
I've seen both of them before. We did Blazing Saddles for the podcast.
Okay,
quite a while ago.
Yeah, it was a long time ago. So enjoyable, right?
Yeah. It's so many like stupid odd jokes.
Yeah.
It's like these are run of the mill everyday people, morons.
Yeah, I mean he's not in Blazing Saddles that much, is he? Compared to his
but all his scenes are gold.
Yeah, much. I do like the old look at this hand. He goes steady as a rock, but I'll shoot with this one, and he'll show you, all that. What is he? The Waco Kid, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. He's also pretty damn great in The Producers as well as Leo Bloom, I think it is.
The chat on it was really funny as well because they were like making as many like stupid jokes as the film was.
Right.
Like, there's the crazy old racist guy who's like just muttering to himself.
Yeah,
no one could understand him.
Frontier gibberish. Yeah.
Yeah. he like appeared, and someone in the chat just went, "Oh man, I didn't know Randy Quaid was in this film."
Or Donald Trump.
Oh no,
no, it is more Randy Quaid. Isn't
Randy
it?
Quaid has gone like nuts. So
nice. Yeah. So you enjoyed those?
Young Frankenstein, Blazing Saddles.
Have you seen The Producers?
No, I haven't.
Maybe we should do that sometime too, but not. We'll do Willy Wonka's the one. You know, I really think he's great in Young Frankenstein, but I have to say he's pipped slightly by Marty Feldman.
Yeah,
Marty Feldman's so awesome in that. But I think in Willy Wonka, we see Gene Wilder at his absolute finest. He's amazing as Willy Wonka, so I'm looking forward to talking about that next week.
Yeah.
Okay. So it's back to me, is it? Oh, I wanted to talk about something we both watched, and I don't want to do any spoilers, but watching the latest series of Robot Wars on BBC.
Yeah.
Amazing series. It's
yeah.
so entertaining.
So chaotic and destructive.
It's extremely destructive. And we have a full range of goofy robots, such as some people actually put in an MDF, a wooden robot.
Yeah.
In this. You can imagine how that ended up.
Yeah, my personal favourite was Nuts.
Nuts. It's just all he does is spin.
Yeah.
With chains on the end, and it's like completely useless, really. But he somehow manages to.
And it gets torn to absolute shreds in the first episode.
And they keep rebuilding it as well.
They keep like just rebuilding it in time for the thing, and then it just gets torn apart again.
But man, 6 episodes. They are an hour each. You can fast forward through some of the talking if you don't want to. I like it actually. I quite like it. But I know guys I work with, they'll tend to fast forward through the talky stuff and just watch the fights. But
yeah,
some amazing fights. I mean, unbelievably good robots in this series.
I like the redesigns of the house robots. They sort of like
they rebuilt bigger.
Yeah, they're bigger than they were. Yeah. They're like 0.5 times bigger.
Whoa. Okay, so 50% bigger. They look very cool. I'm really liking the new film. I mean, I like the old format. Don't get me wrong. There was nothing wrong with the old format, but there's something about this one. It's kind of just works. It's exciting and it's funny and it's just hilarious.
I actually watched a few of the old ones because they were on Challenge. I think it was one of those like sort of channels that just repeats old stuff.
Do you think it holds up?
Yeah, it still really holds up.
Yeah, it's very good.
It's so like absolutely insane because they have like 6 robot battles.
Yeah.
And it's just like they just end up in a huge dog pile in the middle and just chaotic. And then there's the Refbot, who's my personal favorite.
Refbot.
Yeah, he has like a countdown, and if they figure one of the robots has stopped, because they still have the 10 seconds if it stops moving and then it's out. Yeah. The Refbot like sails over and then does a countdown.
Yeah,
and if it stops and the fight's still going on, it like pushes it into the pit.
Just pushes it. Oh yeah, that was fun. I wonder why they took it out. I guess it could interfere with the action, but I don't particularly miss it. But now you've said it, I kind of do. You know what I mean? Yeah. It's not something that occurred to me until you mentioned it. It's a really good series. I imagine it's on iPlayer, but I know the bloody rules around iPlayer has changed recently for overseas people, so I don't know how it works now. But if you can possibly get to Robot Wars, try and give it a go. It's very good.
Yeah.
Right, that's me done. So you got 1 or 2 more?
Yeah, I've got 1 more. And that's the DreamWorks, I think it is, film Megamind. Now
is that the one with the big blue-headed guy?
Yeah, it's the big blue-headed one. It was DreamWorks. Okay. But this was because you know how DreamWorks and I think I can't remember. What company is it that made Despicable Me?
I thought it was DreamWorks.
No. It's
Are you sure?
Oh, because there's usually like 2 similar themed movies.
They often come out in pairs like Fish. Yeah. Was it Shark's Tale and Finding Nemo and stuff?
Yeah, that sort of thing. But this was like there was like a villain themed one in that year. So it's 2010. Sorry, in 2010. So it was Megamind and Despicable Me came out at the same time.
Despicable Me says Universal and Illumination Entertainment. That's what it says.
Yeah, I've been getting that wrong then. So, but yeah, Megamind is the it's this sort of story about this supervillain who's like the last survivor of his planet, and he grew up in a prison. So he's a building supervillain. So he just like builds crazy robots and death lasers and stuff.
Yeah.
But the story's kind of, well, almost right at the start, he beats his superhero. So he has nothing to do, and he just takes over. And pardon?
Okay.
Yeah. And basically it's like, not really a coming of age, but it's like, what do I do now?
Yeah.
Sort of thing with this supervillain. But he ends up making another superhero who turns into a villain.
Right.
And there's this great scene. I'd suggest you go look it up on YouTube if you can.
Well, I wouldn't mind seeing the film, to be honest.
No, yeah, but seriously, look at the scene if you can. It's this villain's got like the damsel in distress tied up at the top of a building, and he's like gloating about how he's won and everyone's beaten, and how he's the new supervillain in town. And like you hear guitar riffs start playing, and a cloud forms behind him, and he's like, "Oh, you think you're a supervillain, are you?" You know, and the guy's like. He starts shouting challenges. He goes, and Megamind goes, "Oh, you're a villain. You're just not super." And this huge Megamind head comes out the cloud. The villain goes, "What's the difference?" The Megamind's mouth opens, and the Megamind himself walks out on the tongue, holds his arms out, and goes, "Presentation!" And "Welcome to the Jungle" starts blasting.
Nice. That sounds cool.
And then all hell breaks loose. There's loads of robots trying to attack with it. Yeah. It's a fun film.
Yeah, it sounds cool. It's one I wouldn't mind seeing.
It's Will Ferrell, Jonah Hill, Tina Fey. Brad Pitt as the superhero.
Oh, cool. Okay, all right. So that's the comfy chair this week. Let's have a little break and then get on with it.
Full moon brings out the monster in you. A strange tune seems to be playing for you. Could you be someone's invention, so unreal as you feel tonight? Did you sell your soul to the devil at that monster party last night? Mad monster party. Did you sell your soul to Mephistopheles? Tell me, baby, tell me, please, if you may...
Get on with it. Yes, get on with it.
Get on with it.
Okay, Mad Monster Party. This came on my radar recently because I was on another podcast called United Nations of Horror. We were talking about childhood memories, and horror. And this one, from the Americans taking part, this one came up a few times. And it's something I'd never even heard of. Have you heard of this?
No.
No. So I was kind of intrigued. And the way they described it, very fond of it. Let's put it that way. It got me interested. Interesting film. Stop motion, using kind of puppets. And sometimes I've heard this described as like a precursor to Nightmare Before Christmas, in fact. Yeah. Which you can kind of see, can't you?
Yeah, kind of.
So what was your feeling about this one?
It was very reminiscent of those old 60s children's shows that you used to find and get on DVD for me when I was very young.
like
Cholton and the Wheelies, and
that was English. That was an English series, Cholton and the Wheelies. But the American one would be, I don't know, Puffin Stuff.
Yeah.
There's those corny, fun jokes, you know, and Dynamo Energy. They were kind of almost riffing a bit on stuff like the Marx Brothers in terms of they were just churning out these corny jokes pretty fast and word plays and stuff. It's kind of fun. It pays homage to Universal quite strongly.
Boris Karloff's in it. So.
Boris Karloff's in it, you know, and he did a few voiceovers for animated kid stuff. I mean, this and the Grinch, and he's fun. His character is Boris von Frankenstein.
Subtle.
Not many voice actors in this. Most of the roles,
like 4.
Yeah, most of the roles were played by
Alan Swift.
Yeah, Alan Swift, and a lady did a few, and Phyllis Diller was in there as the monster's mate.
The Bride of Frankenstein.
Yeah, in effect, but they called it the monster's mate. Now, she was... her character looked like her, you know. She actually looks like that.
Yeah.
So that was kind of interesting. Boy, did she... The only one of the things that kind of irritated me is she kept laughing at everything around the jokes. It was like, that was a bit tiresome. But she's like that in our act as well, a bit. So, now, the makers of this are not that familiar with us. They was made by a company called Rankin Bass. I
know Rankin Bass. They did like a load of Christmas specials.
Yeah, do you know any of the others? Because I don't.
They did like a load of Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer stuff. And they actually did a Lord of the Rings film.
No. The animated one? The animated one?
No. There's a different Lord of the Rings film.
First I've ever heard of that. How about that?
It's a musical.
I want to see it now.
They also did a Hobbit one, but the Return of the King one is more like infamous.
Okay, I still wouldn't mind seeing it.
They also did, if you've heard of it, The Last Unicorn.
I've heard of it, don't know anything about it, but I've heard of it. So, in terms of voice acting, we've got Boris Karloff and Phyllis Diller doing their own roles. Alan Swift doing pretty much almost everything apart from the women, and then Gal Garnett doing the woman. And it's all about he's got this evil island. I think it's called the Isle of Evil.
Yeah, it's just the Isle of Evil.
And he runs like the Worldwide Federation of Monsters or something like that. Worldwide Organisation of Monsters. How about that?
It's got Frankenstein, Bride of Frankenstein, Dracula, Mummy, Quasimodo, Werewolf, Invisible Man, Jekyll, Mr. Hyde, Creature from the Black Lagoon, and King Kong.
King Kong turns up. They don't talk about him at the beginning, do they?
No, they only refer to it as him as it.
But it turns out to be King Kong. There's also a carnivorous plant. It's a bit like Audrey. I'm trying to think. There's all sorts of things like that. There's this weird little legion of zombies that look a bit like monkeys because they're dressed as bellhops, but they've got monkeys' faces, but they're actually zombies. And there's also a zombie assistant who's got but voiced in the style of
Yetch.
Peter Lorre, called Yetch.
Yeah.
And there's lots of goofy wordplay, isn't there?
Yeah, I can't remember any off the top of my head. But
there's one bit. Yetch is talking to the girl, and he's in love with her. And he says, "I'll do anything you say," or something like that. And she says, "You creep." And he takes this as an instruction that he must creep. So he starts creeping around on the floor. It's mad.
Yeah,
there's massive fights. I kind of like Dracula in this.
Yeah. Oh god, there's this weird scene with a cat fight between the Bride of Frankenstein.
And they rip their dresses off.
They rip their dresses off, and then they start like throwing punches, and then like cat noises start being like an actual cat fight.
And there's also one bit. One gets Yelch's head, and just before anything happens, you hear bowling alley noises, and then he bowls it. You get like a lot of noises presaging the action in this film.
Yeah,
it's kind of odd. Frankenstein's monster's called Fang for reasons that escape me. Francesca is like a pneumatic redhead, pretty much. You know, she's like what's her name?
She's a robot.
Yeah, well, it turns out she is, but she's like she reminds me of the one in the Monsters. Oh, what's her name? Marilyn in the Monsters, but taken to the nth degree. She's kind of pneumatic, redhead. She's got this husky voice. She was sounded a bit to me like Kathleen Turner. She had that kind of husky voice. And then we got this goofy nerd called
Felix Flanken.
Felix Flanken, what a name.
Yeah.
Who turns out to be the nephew of Boris
nephew of Frankenstein.
And basically,
it's a very goofy film, as you can tell.
And it goes on and on. And there's like comedy stuff with them on a boat getting there, and Dracula can't afford the fare, so he decides to fly.
Yeah. As far as I know, vampires shouldn't be able to do.
Yeah. He flies. He turns into a bat and he's flying around. The wolf man, he's just a walking.
Yeah, he's
wolf,
just a
pretty much. We never see him.
Time.
We never see him as a human. Quasimodo's in it. It's kind of fun.
Yeah.
And the creature.
They make several boxing jokes about Quasimodo.
Do they?
Yeah, they keep the Bride of Frankenstein keeps making boxing jokes. It's like, you got a mean right hook, hey, sugar, sort of thing.
Okay. We got Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde. He keeps going backwards and forwards.
Yeah.
And that's kind of fun. I kind of like the model work and the actual animation. It was kind of cool. It also reminded me of another British series called Trapdoor.
Yes. That's another one I was thinking of.
And I can kind of see its influence on Nightmare Before Christmas. It's kind of clear.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think what else happens. There's one whole sort of plot thread where they don't want it to turn up, and they've got the guards. Oh, and they also start flying around in plays. There's also quite a few musical numbers that are a bit bizarre.
Yeah, they weren't good.
I like the is it Do the Mummy, where a group of skeletons are in a band.
Oh yeah, Tibia and the Fibias.
Yeah, Tibia and that's it. Tibia and the Fibias, and they're saying Do the Mummy, and Bride of Frankenstein's dancing with the mummy and pulling his bandages and all this, and the weird little zombie bellhops are kind of weird. Felix is really out of his depth here. He doesn't know what he's doing really. Do you think they didn't use the word King Kong in this, did they? They deliberately avoided that, but it was King Kong. It was really, and they even attack it with biplanes, don't they?
Yeah, they even grabs all the characters and climbs up on a giant mountain at one point.
Yeah. There's also a really goofy scene with a chef throwing knives.
Oh, yeah, Mafia Machiavelli.
What a name, Mafia Machiavelli. Whoa. That is something. They were kind of... in the timeline, this comes after, I think, The Addams Family and The Monsters, so it's kind of riffing on that.
The show?
The TV shows.
Yeah.
There's, like I say, there's lots of songs, and they're not great songs.
No.
I mean, they're presented okay, but they're not great. And I kind of it felt like Boris Karloff was giving it his all. He was joining the spirit of the thing. But he must have been pretty old at this point.
Yeah, this was. I think this was after he died, maybe.
No, well. What, it came out after he died? It might have, yeah, it might have.
Oh, no, 2 years before he died.
Okay, it's, I mean, a lot of people really like this, but I think it's obviously nostalgic. It's
cheap and cheerful.
It is a kid's film. I think kids would like this quite a bit more. On IMDb, it's 6.7, which is pretty high.
Yeah,
I think.
Sounds about right.
And it's kind of fun. I'm just looking through some of the reviews. Yeah, people do love this because they saw it when they were a kid.
Yeah.
And I think if I'd have seen it as a kid, I'd have liked it too. So fair enough. It just felt... I don't know if there's much in it for someone coming to it new like us. It was kind of fun. I'm glad I saw it. I'm probably never going to watch it again.
Yeah.
There was some really bizarre music numbers though, and there were some of the sound effects were just odd, weren't they? Like you say, we could hear a cat during a cat fight, and stuff like that. And not sure I got much to say. I mean, it was well made. The animation was pretty cool.
Yeah,
it was basic, but it was cool. Cool. It felt like a persona, a movie that was basically themed around the Monster Mash. I mean, they could have put the Monster Mash in this. It definitely wouldn't have been out of place. It could have been a bit shorter, maybe. There was whole sections that were like, what's going on here, you know?
Yeah. It was, I think it's like an hour and a half or something like that.
Yeah, hour and a half, it felt a bit long
minutes.
for that. I think 75 would have done, frankly.
Yeah.
I think there were lots of references here we could have missed as well.
Yeah.
They were definitely harkening back to the Universal. This all kind of ties into, I think, I'll discuss this on the other podcast, where I believe that there's certain eras in horror for children that are quite distinctive. And I think in the 50s and 60s, certainly in America, what was horror films for kids at that time was actually the horror films for adults from the 30s. You know, because TV had just started, so they were seeing all this Dracula, Frankenstein, Wolfman stuff. So that like informed how the kids felt about horror, and then that fed into stuff like the Munsters and the Addams Family and this is, you know, whereas now it's more Freddy and Jason. And, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's a different age. So it was kind of fun. It was definitely riffing on Universal all the way through. I mean, the Monsters mate should have had the electric hair, frankly.
Yeah.
But
that probably would have been better than the weird, like, afro things.
Yeah. That's more like Phyllis Diller's real hair, you see.
Yeah.
I wonder if kids today would like this, though. I've said it's kind of feels like something kids would like. I actually like the Peter Lorre guy. What's his name? Fetch or
Felch?
Vetch, was it? Something like that.
Yetch.
Yeah, Yetch. I kind of liked him, even though he kept falling to pieces.
Yeah.
And there were some really predictable jokes like, you know, that's you all over, or something like that. There was those kind of jokes. Felix Flankin kind of reminded me of Jimmy Stewart in It's a Wonderful Life.
Kind of, yeah.
In his voice, you know. I wonder if that was deliberate.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what to make of this.
It was an okay film.
Yeah, the songs were not great, but they were all right, you know. And it was some of it reminded me a bit of the Banana Splits. It was that kind of vibe, you know, and Puff and stuff. Though I have to say, I much prefer Puff and stuff and Banana Splits to this. I'm happy to watch those again. And I guess even stuff like the Monkeys, you know, it's that kind of jokes. Okay, shall we wind it up here and give it a score? What would you give this out of 10?
I'd give it about a 6.
Yeah, I'll give it a 6. It was slightly above average. There was lots of kind of fun to it. I didn't feel bored. I didn't look at my watch particularly. It just felt it could have been a little shorter, but I was perfectly entertained. Though some of the scenes were kind of pointless. They were almost like sketches, you know.
Yeah.
It felt like that.
Yeah.
So, I mean, we're not too far from IMDb. It's 6.7. So, you know, a little under, but not far. All right, then let's wind out there. So next week, we're hoping to talk about Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory, which I'm looking forward to getting to again. It's been a long, long time since I've seen it, and I always thought it was pretty wonderful, though quite dark film in its own way.
It's a very twisted film.
Though I think what really holds it together is Gene Wilder, so that's one of the reasons I want to get to it. Okay, then. So bye from me.
Bye.
The night is still young. Enjoy yourselves. Have a frightful time, and I shall see you all tomorrow. Well, I leave you now in the capable hands of little Tibia and the Fibia.
There's no mommy! There's no mommy!
They're playing your song, honey. Let's dance.